People are constantly on the road, driving to work, school, or any other destination. With constant travel, experts say they're seeing an increase in motorcycle crashes and fatalities.
If you think there have been more motorcycle crashes in 2023 than in 2022, you're correct.
Lori Weaver Hawkins with AAA says by this time last year, there were only 194 crashes. As of Sunday, they've seen 231 crashes in 2023.
Of course, we don't want any crashes or anyone killed. But this definitely is a trend in the wrong direction.
She says Kentucky has had 15 motorcycle fatalities this year. That's compared to 8 fatalities at this time last year. These numbers don't include moped or scooter accidents.
It's a reminder to those motorcyclists and people on mopeds and scooters as well to keep at the speed limit or lower and to make sure that you're not distracted or impaired.
She says for drivers, visibility is key.
People driving other vehicles have more difficulty seeing a motorcyclist because of the size, and as of course is true for scooters and similar vehicles. So they're smaller, they're harder to see. Now, if you add things like rain, fog, those sorts of things that are already impairing visibility, then it would follow that they would be even more difficult to see during inclement weather.
She says it's important to stay aware and for motorcyclists to always wear their helmet. In Lexington, Julia Sandor, WKYT.